Welcome back to My Cars Shop. Today, we're going to do a first start for the season on the 69 Charger. So don't go away, you're not going to want to miss this. The car hasn't been run since last year and it needs to get out and get a bath because at some point during the winter, the car cover came off and the car is rather filthy and needs to be cleaned up and have the cover put back on. So let's watch the show intro. I will see you in 30 seconds. I'm Mike and this is My Cars Shop.
Working out of a 100-year-old refurbished barn, bringing 35 years of experience to projects considered beyond repair. Vision, creativity, and problem solving are essential tools in this place. Watch as we transform junk into polished metal miracles. This is My Cars Shop.
Right here, hidden behind door number 1 in the other garage here on the property, is where the 69 Charger lies dormant. So let's open this thing up and get you a look at it. We have done other episodes on the car and you've seen it in the intro, but I thought it would be a good opportunity today. It's a beautiful day and it's just a great opportunity to feature this beautiful car that belongs to my son. I was out here a few weeks ago and it had been the first time actually for a while that I'd been out here. I was actually here to look at the GTS, which is just parked right there, and noticed that the cover was off and the car is very dusty. So I thought it'd be a good chance today, as I said, since the weather's nice, to get this car pulled out, do the first start for the year on it, and get the cover washed up and get the car put back away and put the cover back on. Thought it was a great thing to share. I know you guys love first starts, so let's do the first start of the season on my son Joe's 69 Charger, and we'll talk a little bit about this car if you haven't seen it before. It's rather sad to see the car this dirty, but I had no idea that the cover came off, so it is what it is. We'll get her cleaned up nice, not a problem. All right, let's get a battery set in here. Car hasn't been run, like I said, since last year at some point, so hopefully we're in good shape here. Carburetor sounds dry, but we'll see what we've got. This is a big block 4-speed car, and like I said, we'll get into the story behind it. The wiring's not done on it yet. We just temporarily wired it. There's still a lot of work to do on the car, but it's come a long way from what it was when we started with it. And I say that like I have a mouse in my pocket, but actually he did most of the car himself, so but we'll get into that. Running good. All right, we'll pull it out of here now and see what we got. Even on days when it doesn't feel like the wind is blowing, it's blowing more than you realize. And so I'm trying hard to find camera positions that keep the camera microphone out of the wind. And hopefully that's working so we're not getting a whole bunch of noise. But this is the 69 Charger. You can see she's pretty dirty. She's not done yet. This car was totaled when Joe got it. We bought it from a Charger guy down in the Detroit metro area. And the front frame on that side was wasted. We can't have a project around my car's shop without doing framework, right? So somebody had Bo Duked it, boom, hit the frame on that side, bent the frame rail in 9 inches. If I can find the pictures, I will insert a picture of that. It was also hit hard on this quarter panel in the back. There is a thread on the Charger forum. And there's a long thread called Baby I'm Back or something like that about this car. If you're interested, let me know and I'll get you a link to it. But anyway, so it was a mess. And other than helping with the chassis work, Joe did most of the work himself. He's done a beautiful job with the car. It's a big block, 4-speed. Originally, it was a big block, 4-speed car, I believe. Maybe not. I don't remember if it was an automatic or a 4-speed. It is a 4-speed now. We may have I think we put the 4-speed hump in it out of a 70 Charger now that I think about it. So I think it might have been an automatic car. But anyway, this motor came out of Mopar, brand new old stock, had never been run. It was gone through to freshen it up because it just wasn't, old motor. I think it's got 440 heads on it if I remember right, blah, blah, blah. So he did all the work himself, like I said. A buddy of ours did the motor, but that was because he had the motor and didn't use it. So we didn't need to touch the motor. It was ready to go and we trust the guy. So one of the great challenges with black, and this is base coat, clear coat, but one of the great challenges with black is it's easy to scratch. Fortunately, it is base coat, clear coat, and this clear coat is pretty tough. But as dirty as this car is, I normally would just go over it with a California duster and then just use a spray detailer over it. But I think I want to go ahead and do a soap and water wash down on this and just get this grime washed off. Like I said, it's pretty dusty. I didn't know it was uncovered. It probably had been for a couple of months. Not sure why, but stuff happens. My guess is a critter was in the garage and slid off the cover and the whole cover hit the floor. So we're going to do a traditional wash and get it cleaned up a little bit, and then we'll talk a little bit more about it. never seems to fail that when I plan to film outside, I start and it's calm, and within 10 minutes the wind picks up. So I apologize for that. I'm trying my best to keep the camera out of the wind, so hopefully you're not getting a whole bunch of wind noise. It is going to be what it is. But anyway, so got it bathed up. I'm going to let it air dry a little bit, then we'll towel it down. But one thing I wanted to mention about that car, when I got Stitches, the 70 Challenger, my original intention was to put it back purple, because that was a purple and white car. And as appealing as that is, I started thinking about things to do different, like I did on the GTS. That's actually a 73 AMC color. 90% of the people like that car in that color. There are a few people who hate it, as evidenced by the comments on the last video I did. But regardless, I like it, so who cares? It's my car. Again, inevitably, I start filming outside. Every friggin' car in the county goes by. We have 3 cars go by here a day most of the time. Today, they're everywhere. Anyway, so the next step on the Challenger was thinking about going to a Prowler purple, because it's a much deeper purple. I like cars that color. But Joe made the suggestion, and I agree with him. We're going to do it a sister car to this car, which means it's going to be triple black. It's going to have the black satin stripe on the gloss black paint with the black vinyl top. And I think that's great. Of course, this has the Bumblebee stripe, being as it's a 69. I'm not going to do a Bumblebee stripe on the Challenger. I'm going to do the satin black transverse stripe. But we're going to go with those exact same wheels, exact same tires. And the beautiful thing is, he's going to let me just pull the wheels and tires off of this and put them on the Challenger for test fitting to make sure everything's going to be good, so there's no guesswork in what I'm buying. Yes, we can do the dimensioning on how to determine offset and backspacing. We did all that work on this car, but I don't have to start there. I can start with just bolting them on and making sure everything's going to fit. So that's really cool that we'll be able to do that. Hopefully everything's going to bolt right on, but that Challenger should look just like that car, except of course an E body, not a B body. And of course, one more challenge with black is keep it out of the sun. Don't let it dry in the sun or it will water spot. It could potentially burn into the clear. So you got to be a little bit careful with black. You have to be careful with every color, but specifically black, because of the way the sun reacts and how much heat it absorbs. So we're going to towel this down right now, and then we'll have a couple more things to talk about that are important, so don't go away. If this car don't light your fire, your wood is wet. I am telling you, this car is gorgeous. He did an outstanding job for a college kid on this car. Very first car he's ever done. He did all the prep work, all the paint work. Like I said, I helped him with the chassis a little bit. Other than being probably a real pain in his butt, saying, okay, that looks good, but block it one more time. Because I knew he was doing it black. I live in the middle of nowhere, if you didn't gather that right now. This is ridiculous. Anyway, enough of my pet peeves. He did all the work himself. We did have our friend Matt spray this car. Joe wanted me to do it, but we had just moved into this piece of property, into this house, not too long before, and I had painted in that barn before, and I was a little bit concerned about what problems we may run into. Now, I've painted in pieces and in whole probably 100 cars in my life, but my buddy Matt has painted thousands, and he also paints semis for a living. So when it comes to knowing how to deal with problems that could ensue from whatever happens, he knows how to deal with it. And we did have issues. We had moisture problems with the airlines because the compressor was in a place it had never been before. And so we're very, very glad that Matt was willing to spray this for us. And he and Joe blocked it out and wheeled it. And obviously a lot more to do on the car yet, but it's looking great. We need to get some glass in it, get some more trim on it. It's this close to being on the road, and in the next year or so, I think we'll move forward on this. Joe has said I'm free to work on it whenever I want. I'm assuming that still holds true, and I do want to do some work to it. I just obviously have a few other things going right now that I want to move forward on, but I know that as far as the channel goes, this car is a winner. But look at it. It's the best car on the property. It's the best car in the shop. by far. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So we want to do more to this as we can. Hopefully we'll get some stuff done when he's home. Hopefully we'll get some stuff done when he's home as well. That's it, 69 Charger, and hope you enjoyed this. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. We have a lot going on. We're going to be doing more work on Stitches, that 70 Challenger. We've got some work coming on the 47 Ford real soon. We got some more work coming on the 68 Dodge Dart GTS Pro Street car as well. We're hoping to have a couple of those cars on the road this summer, and you'll get to do some ride-alongs. So thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do hit the bell for notifications. We're on Facebook and on Instagram /My Car Shop. And one more thing, don't forget it, rock!